want to get results this year and save time? Welcome to Parenting Special Needs Live. I'm Shantae. And today I wanted to share with you all, about creating systems. And why, you ask, am I going to be sharing about this? Because a little quote I say, you shall know thy system and thy system shall set you free. A system will help you save time. It will produce, the desired results you want, and it reduces stress. How do I know this to be true? Because I started creating systems last year, to help me with the magazine, with my home life, with my personal life. I have used the 3 Ps to develop the systems, which I will get to in a minute. And I have to say that each P has a purpose. On more than one occasion last year, the first P, which is policy, helped me guide decisions about the process and the procedure. Plus, it was almost comforting in a sense to have a specific guideline to follow. And, I can't believe the difference it has made in my life. I feel like I can breathe a little easier. I don't have that overwhelming feeling hanging over my head all the time that I'm just, I can't ever get anything done. I really feel like I have I'm more in control. Woohoo! Hip, hip, hooray. Everything we do requires time. Just think about it. Many of us take time for granted, but spending our time is more important than spending our money. Because if you think about it, money mistakes can always be corrected. But once time has passed, it's gone forever. Time, as they say, is the most valuable commodity. And since all of us only have so much time every day, I wanted to pass along what I've learned because I think that it will help you all. And it's my hope that it will help you all maximize your time and help you to achieve your desired goals, whether it's for yourself, your child, your family, etc. But what is a system? Well, I'm glad you asked. According to the Business Dictionary, which I liked their definition, it is a set of detailed methods, procedures, and routines established or formulated to carry out a specific activity, perform a duty, or solve a problem. Or maybe to put it a little simpler, it's a process for achieving a goal based on specific, orderly, repeatable principles and practices. I like to create systems using the following 3 Ps, which I learned from organizingworks.com a few years back, but I didn't have a chance to really put them into place until this last year. The 3 Ps stand for, I'll mention them again, the 3 Ps stand for policy, process, and procedures. The first P is policy. A policy is a course of action that can be taken, every time a certain situation occurs. That's what you do. I like to think of it as the rules, the guidelines, and the reason why it's important. Like, why am I doing it? Why is it important? It's our policy. An example, if we have a policy or a commitment to keep our house organized, that's our policy. We have to keep our house organized. The policy might actually be a place for everything and everything in its place, which that's kind of a little rule that goes around in my head. it kind of governs us in our house, like having house rules. For example, if you got undressed, the shirt that just got taken off, can't be left on the floor, the bed, or the dresser. It needs to go into the dirty clothes, hung back up, or put away. That's kind of like our rules. The second P is process. The process is a set of activities to perform a task. And I think of it as the process. It's kind of like, to me, the outlines the main steps. So the process that outlines the main steps. So an example is, if I'm teaching my daughter, Kaylee, to clean the kitchen, I outline the main steps, right? What steps does it take to clean the kitchen? So for example, I might tell Kaylee, or it's not just Kaylee, or for any other family member, here are the tasks that need to be performed. Every time you're asked to clean the kitchen, these are what we expect you to do. How do you clean the kitchen? Clutter from the counters, wipe down the counters, empty the dishwasher and the dish drainer, and wash the dishes if there's any in there. Scrub down the exterior of the stove and the oven. And number 5, clean the sink. 6, sweep or vacuum the floor. So that would be kind of the outline of what needs to happen to clean the kitchen. But the third P is a procedure. The procedure refers to the actual way in which the task is done. So to make it more, to provide it in better detail, or work instructions, so from the beginning to the end, or from the start to the finish, so they know what the finish looks like. So and that's for anybody. So a example of a process would be, for Kaylee, let's say part of cleaning the kitchen was the floor need to be swept or vacuumed. That's part of the procedure. The procedure might be written out or might be explained to her this way. You sweep the floor with a broom, and that's to pick up any and all dirt, any larger crumbs or any debris that's fallen, because sometimes it ends up on the kitchen floor and we don't want bugs. So please also pay attention when you're sweeping to go under the cabinets, so that, that's also where a lot of crumbs fall, to make sure all of that is picked up. And then after sweeping, or if you use the vacuum cleaner to get up the dust and dirt on the floor, make sure when you're finished, you put the broom and the vacuum back where they belong. And that is to let them know you're done, or the job is done. And, in anything to have an effective system, really, you have to include measurement. You have to be able to see if what you've asked to be done has been accomplished. If the task was performed the way you wanted it to be performed, and that's really important, because, like, we all might get a little upset if things weren't done properly, right? If they didn't really wipe down the counters. And they also want to please, so that you got to make sure that they know what the task is it's done. So I know I started out and talking about systems, and I've been speaking about household chores. I wanted to try to make it easy for you all to understand. But I want you to also know that the 3 Ps, to develop effective systems, can be used really for anything. They can be put in place for reaching your child's IEP or therapy goals, organizing your child's IEP documents and all the papers that we have. I use it in my business. I use it in my household. I just created a system for my closet. So, and what's really good about it is that systems promote consistency, day in and day out, week in and week out, and even year by year. or I should say year in and year out, right? To be consistent. So I wanted to share this with you all so that you can begin this year by developing, reviewing, and refining your systems, things that work for you all. And keep in mind, it's not set in stone. You can always tweak or adjust and to make sure that they are maximizing your time and increasing your efficiency so that you're going to be able to achieve the desired results that you want. So really, developing your own systems will help you work smarter, not harder. And it will help you attain and achieve your desired results. Thank you for being with us today on Parenting Special Needs Live. And in case no one has told you today, you are doing a great job. Be good to you. And I'll talk to you next time.